Perth is one of the most isolated major cities in the world. It's a city that's spread out over a huge area with suburbs stretching far north and south, and a growing population that relies heavily on public transport. Unlike many older cities built around rail, buses have always played a crucial role in connecting Perth's neighborhoods, stations, shopping centers, and workplaces. For decades, Transperth buses have quietly shaped how the city moves, adapting as the city grew, technology changed, and expectations increased. From loud diesel engines and simple interiors to quiet, modern electric vehicles, each generation of bus reflects a different era of Perth's transport history. Today, we're taking a full look at every major Transperth bus type, explained from the oldest to the newest. Before we start, the registration plates start with TP. TP stands for Transperth, with the buses in Perth ending in 4 digits, and usually, the higher the number, the younger the bus, and vice versa. Now let's start with the first model. The Mercedes-Benz 0405NH, or just NH, is one of the most iconic buses in Transperth history. Introduced in 1999, these buses marked a major turning point for Perth's bus network. They were among the first fully low-floor buses to operate in large numbers, dramatically improving accessibility for passengers with mobility aids, prams, and wheelchairs. Before this generation, boarding a bus often meant climbing steps, something many passengers today take for granted. The NH quickly became known for its rounded design, solid build quality, and unmistakable diesel engine sound. For many Perth locals, this bus defined everyday travel throughout the 2000s. While most of these buses have now been withdrawn, some of them still operate from depots like Carrinup, Beckenham, and Midvale. TP 1352 used to be used on Route 300, the Midland Gauge shuttle, until the bus was withdrawn in June 2020 and replaced by TP 1466. In November 2001, some MIDI versions of the NHs had entered service to serve the Perth Cat routes, before becoming normal Transperth buses to serve the suburban routes in the Rockingham and Mandurah areas. They were withdrawn in 2020 and brought back into service. This is a comparison between the MIDIs and a normal NH. As you can see, the MIDI has a very cool design with the rectangular lights at the front, and all of these buses are currently stored at Mandurah Depot. The oldest NH is TP 1500, entering service in April 1999 and was withdrawn in November 2023, and it was last stored in Busselton Depot. The youngest NH is TP 1850, which is another MIDI, but does not have the same front as 1215 to 1219. TP 1850 entered service in November 2001 and is currently stored at Carrinup Depot. All compressed natural gas versions of the NHs all entered service in 2002 and all have been withdrawn. The NHs had a huge impact on accessibility and fleet modernization and can still be felt across the network today. Entering service in November 2003, the GasBuses brought a noticeably more modern appearance to Perth streets. The new body featured sharper lines, improved layout, and updated technology compared to the earlier design. These buses were also introduced with both diesel and compressed natural gas versions. The CNG buses represented an early step forward, reducing emissions and improving fuel efficiency across the fleet. For passengers, these buses offered a smoother ride, better climate control, and more refined interior experience. For many years, this model formed the backbone of suburban routes and remains an important transitional chapter in Transperth's fleet history. Some buses of these models are MIDIs, which all of them have been withdrawn. The buses operate out of depots like Walshpool, Southern River, and Rockingham. The oldest GasBus is TP 1854. It entered service in November 2003 and was withdrawn in December 2009. It was last stored at Malaga Depot. The youngest GasBus is TP 2097. and it entered service in December 2010 and is currently stored at Rockingham Depot. These buses are also prone to catch on fire. Not to end on a bad tone, but gas buses sound really nice. The Futurebus entered service in 2011, with the oldest bus of this model being 1462 entering service in May of that same year, and is currently stored at Malaga Depot. The youngest of this bus model is TP2414, which entered service in July 2013 and is stored at Beckenham Depot. After TP1352 was withdrawn, the Midland Gate Shuttle was replaced by TP1466 until October 2025, until TP1466 was removed as the designated bus for Route 300. With the introduction of the new Servcat, Carnup Depot has received 2139 to 2145 from Alkimos Depot for use on the new cat route from Stirling Station to Scarborough Beach Bus Station. These buses are equipped with surfboard racks, with the maximum size for a surfboard being 2.12 meters. These buses operate from depots like Mandurah, Midvale, and Wangara, and including regional towns like Kalgoorlie and Bunbury. Volvo became a major player in the Transperth fleet with the introduction of the Optimus. Although visually similar to the Futurebus, the B7 has its own distinct character. These buses were widely praised for their smooth acceleration and noticeably quieter operation compared to the older diesel buses. Passengers often commented on their comfortable seating layout and the large rear windows, which helped make the interior feel more open and spacious. While the B7 predates modern Euro 6 emission standards, it represents a clear improvement in refinement and ride quality. For many regular commuters, this bus struck a balance between old-school reliability and modern comfort. These buses have two desto types, flip dot or LED. On the 24th of May 2023, Jandakot bus TP2478 had gotten into a crash with a Holden Commodore while it was doing Route 206, which has now been renamed to 208, to Murdoch University. TP2523 is one of three trial B7s fitted with the LED display, the other two being 2636 and 2717. Another fact about these buses is that all 22XX Optimus buses, being 2246 to 2299, are all stored in Carnup Depot, which will very likely change in 2026. These buses have two different types of aircon pods. These buses operate from most depots. TP2426, stored at Jandakot Depot, has a very special Ride with Pride livery. The oldest Optimus is TP2148, which entered service in January 2014, even though TP2323 entered service in May 2013, and it was the first Optimus body bus built for Perth. TP2148 is currently stored at Wangara Depot. TP2959 is the youngest B7, entering service in October 2019 and is stored at Mandurah Depot. In 2018, Transperth introduced what would become its new standard bus, the Volvo B8. This model marked a significant leap forward in both technology and environmental performance. Powered by Euro 6 engines, the B8 produces lower emissions while delivering improved fuel efficiency and a smoother driving experience inside. Passengers benefit from the modern LED lighting, clearer destination displays, and a more refined interior layout. Over time, the B8 fleet expanded rapidly and is now the most common bus type operating across Perth. Whether you're traveling through the CBD, suburban areas, or new growth corridors, chances are you have ridden one of these buses. Fremantle has the most B8s in its depot, with approximately 160 B8s. And while we're on the topic of Fremantle Depot, TP3314 was involved in an incident that killed a 45-year-old man as he was crossing Wellington Street near the intersection with Milligan Street directly outside of RAC Arena on June 20, 2025. These buses operate from every depot. Just like 2426, TP2588 also had a Rapid Pride livery until it was removed in late September or early October 2025 and replaced by a River Fitness ad. TP2588 is stored at Carrick Depot. The oldest B8 is TP2586, entering service in February 2018 and is also stored at Carrick Depot. TP3608 is the youngest and last diesel bus built for Perth, entering service in June 2025 and is currently stored at Bayswater Depot. The Volvo B12 was introduced in 2011 and are the first low-floor Arctics. These buses were built with the same Futurebus body but are also articulated like the B8 Arctics. These buses operate out of depots like Midvale, Kalamunda, and Carrick. The oldest B12 is TP3003, which entered service in August 2011 and is currently based at Carrick Depot. The youngest B12 is TP3032, entering service in August 2012 and is based in Kalamunda Depot. As demand increased on Perth's busiest routes, especially the 950, larger and longer vehicles became necessary. That's where the Volvo B8 articulated buses come in. These bendy buses are designed to move large numbers of passengers efficiently, with a capacity of over 100 people. They are primarily used on high-frequency routes such as the 950 and also on school specials, where crowding would be a major issue. Despite their size, articulated buses are surprisingly agile, capable of navigating tight city streets and busy interchanges. They play a vital role in reducing congestion by replacing multiple rigid buses with a single high-capacity vehicle. These buses represent scale, efficiency, and smart network planning. These buses either have a flip-dot desto or LED. These Arctics run out of depots like Fremantle, Jandakot, and Joondalup. The oldest B8 Arctic is TP3033, which is currently based at Joondalup Depot, and entered service in December 2014. And the youngest is 3152, currently based at Bayswater Depot and entered service in March 2024. Now, we reach the newest chapter in Transperth's fleet, the Volvo BZL electric bus. Introduced in 2022, these buses represent the biggest shift in Perth's bus technology in decades. Unlike diesel buses, the BZL produces zero emissions and operates almost silently, dramatically improving air quality and reducing noise. These buses were first stored in Joondalup Depot, with TP4000 to 4002 having the red Joondalup cat livery, and TP4003 being used for normal standard routes. Starting from September 2024, new BZLs entered service for use on the Perth Cats, being 4004 to 4021. In May 2025, Premier of Western Australia Roger Cook and Transport Minister Rita Saffioti had announced the end of the building of diesel buses and fully committed to building new electric buses for the city of Perth, with Malaga Depot receiving the new BZLs starting from 4022 and onwards, except 4080 and 4081. As of early 2026, Carrick Depot is expected to start getting the new BZLs. As of writing, the only Carrick BZL that is out on the roads is 4080. 4081 is still stored in Carrick Depot, awaiting for its first service. From late 2026 to early 2027, Jandakot will start receiving the new BZLs, and over the next 2 decades, all bus depots will be upgraded to support the full phase-out of diesel buses from the network. TP4000 is the oldest of the new BZLs, which entered service in March 2022 and is stored at Joondalup Depot. The Rockingham City Centre Transit System, or RCCTS, were 4 modern gas buses, all entering service in October 2007, that provided a high-frequency shuttle service between Rockingham Station and Rockingham Beach, numbered as Route 555. All of these buses have now been withdrawn, and Route 555 can be run by any bus from Rockingham Depot. Before all of these buses were withdrawn, they were last stored in Washpool Depot. These buses are based off the GasBus body and are all middies. These buses used to have a very nice blue Rockingham shuttle livery until they were all removed in 2019. 23 of these GasBus middies were built between August 2005 and May 2006 and were all ex-CATs. TP 114, 115, and 116 are all ex-Fremantle CAT buses and had the orange Fremantle CAT livery. After 26 years of service, starting in 1997, the Fremantle Blue CAT was withdrawn in September 2023, with the Red CAT being withdrawn in 2020. The Blue CAT was replaced by shortened 532 services to South Fremantle. This series consists of regional buses stored in Busselton Depot and come from 3 different bus models: the Merck 0405NH, OC500LE, and O500U. All of these buses are ex-Bunbury City Transit buses. The oldest of this series is TP812. It entered service in August 2000. And the youngest of this series is TP833, entering service in January 2009. Three articulated buses were ordered as a trial, entering service around 2008 and 2009. All run on compressed natural gas like the OC500LEs. All 3 were withdrawn. These 3 buses came from Scania, MAN, and Iveco. The MAN bus was deemed successful of the lot, and more were to be ordered, but in a change of state government from Labour to Liberal meant that the plan was scrapped, and we ended up with more B12s instead. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you combine a GasBus and a Futurebus together? Well, that's the next bus model. The Mercedes-Benz OC500LE entered service in February 2011 for use for the Transperth network before they were all transferred out to the regional operators like Esperance, Broome, and Geraldton. The oldest is TP2201 and is stored at Broome Depot, and the youngest is TP2123, entering service in July 2011, which is used for Trans-Connemara services. From the classic diesel buses from 1999 to today's fully electric buses, Transperth's fleet has evolved alongside the city itself. As Perth continues to grow, its bus network will keep evolving to meet new challenges and expectations. Which Transperth bus is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more Perth transport content.